what's good, Washington fans? Final game of the season. Had to flex with my new jacket, man. I told you guys I got some new threads, but of course, gonna change the name. Shout out to my little bro. He got me this starter jacket. My aunt got me this hat. I didn't do the Christmas haul. I usually do a Christmas haul every year. She got me 2 shirts. Haven't worn a shirt yet. Washington football team right here, and then Washington football team right here. I did wear this one the other day when we played against the Eagles last Sunday, so I did wear that. So that's some of the new stuff that I did get Washington football. So I do have to re-up on Commanders whenever that comes out, but that's probably what's going to be, or Admirals or what, Red Tails or whoever cares what it is. But I still, like I said, when the Washington football stuff goes on 40% off, 50% off, probably even lower than that, but it's in Marshalls, Burlington, and stuff like that. In the DMV area, I'll probably go back down there and try to get some of that stuff. But yeah, let's get to this game. We'll talk about the injury report and all that. So this is the last time this year. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch of stats. I'm gonna do some stats of how bad the Giants have been under Joe Judge. I do want to do some memorable moments with the Washington football team in this video today too. But we're gonna get to Joe Judge, of course. I got to sound off on Joe Judge. Judge Judy, he's a clown. Oh, before I start that, congrats to Charles Leno. Congrats to Charles Leno, man. Him getting 3 years, $37.5 million. I'm happy for the guy. He's a good guy. I want to say he won the Walter Payton Award or was a nominee for it. Good guy on and off the field. I've seen him go on other people's YouTube channels and chop it up with them. He's a real humble guy, real down to earth. He's a part of the culture. He's a guy that really wanted to come here and sign here. And we don't really hear that a lot about free agents. He played in every game this year, only had 1 or 2 penalties. That's huge. He's durable. Now, he did let the guy in the Chargers game go right past him, undelay or like a matador, and sack Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Ryan Fitzpatrick got injured. So we can't ignore that. But I do think he's definitely a starting left tackle in the league. He did a solid job. Now, the offensive line did fall off the rails towards the end of the year, and he did get beat sometimes against Dallas, where we just got manhandled, or their defensive line manhandled our offensive line. And we kind of got manhandled towards the end of the stretch as well against the Eagles last week. Josh Sweat was getting to the backfield, and Avery. That wasn't on him. Some of it was mostly on Lucas. But I feel like Leno did get beat a couple times, to be honest with you. But this is a good signing, and it shores up the left side of the line. Sam Cosmi will stay on the right side as a right tackle, and that shows that we're probably not going to draft a left tackle in the first 3 rounds, which is kind of, I'd rather not do that. I want to get skill positions in the first 3 rounds. I want to get, we're going to get a quarterback in the first round, but we need some wide receiver help, man. Curtis Samuel's going to miss the game again. And Diami, I still have faith in Diami. I think some of it is because of the quarterback play, but we need to get talent. I think just like how the Panthers and the Cowboys drafted all defense in their drafts, the Cowboys basically went defense. Majority of their draft was defense, and they needed it bad because they were awful defensively. And then the Panthers, they were bad defensively, so they just went all defense. They drafted Brian Burns, Jeremy Chin. I feel like the Washington football team, we should just go all offense, all weapons, all skill positions, wide receivers, offensive linemen, running backs. You can sprinkle in some linebackers here and there, of course, but we need to attack the draft offensively. Seriously need to attack the draft offensively, because I heard we're going to bring Bobby McCain back. I'm fine with that. I don't want to spend big money. I'm going on a tangent here. I'd rather not spend big money on a Tyrann Mathieu. He probably won't want to come here anyway. Marcus Williams from the Saints, all the big name free agents out there that are the free safety positions, I do not want to give those guys big money. I'd rather draft a free safety, and honestly, I'd rather draft offense rather than getting a free safety in the first or second or third round, to be honest with you. So we need to shore up this offense, because we just lack talent offensively, and the guys that do have talent are typically unavailable. Curtis Samuel, Jaden McKissick got hurt and whatnot. So what I heard from John Keim is that they are trying to re-sign Jaden McKissick, and they're trying to re-sign Bobby McCain. Bobby McCain did get beat deep a couple times, but the second half of the year, Bobby McCain was a lot better. Communication was a lot better. We didn't give up a lot of big plays like in the first half, where Cordarrelle Patterson went crazy. Darius Slayton went crazy and ran passes. Kenny Galladay and the guy from the Saints, Deontay Harris, and all guys like that just kept running passes. So that didn't really happen in the second half. I will give Bobby McCain credit for that. And, he was chirping at the media and whatnot. So, but Charles Leno, man, 3rd best pass blocking and tackle per PFF. Only allowed 6 sacks. He played a lot of snaps. Only 1 penalty. Was a 7th-round pick. He's 30 years old. He's the 18th highest paid, 18th rated tackle by Pro Football Focus, which is solid. That's pretty good. And he's the 22nd highest paid left or right tackle in the NFL right now. So some good things from Charles Lane. I'm happy about that. Not many penalties at all. So he played good ball. He was solid, especially during that 4-game win streak. So I'm happy I'm pretty happy about the signing with Charles Leno. But let's get to Joe Judge, man. He had the clown comments talking about players fighting on the sidelines, and then he's gonna say it wasn't about Washington. And then you know what shows me that he's really a clown is because when the DC media was supposed to interview this man declined the interview. How soft can you be? If you're gonna come out and say something, you need to step up to the podium and back it up. I would have respected Joe Judge and Judge Judy more if he would have stepped up to the podium and had to say what he said. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. That's how I feel about Joe Judge. Didn't say it with his chest. It's real soft. Talk about players fighting on the sidelines, and he's going to lie and say free agents are trying to come back to him when many players retired. Look at your team. During training camp, guys were fighting and trampling over Daniel Jones. He was at the bottom of the pile. You got guys retiring. You're the guy that fought your offensive line coach last year. People forgot about that. You act like that didn't happen. You were fighting your offensive line coach last year. Kelvin Benjamin coming in and retiring. You having guys running laps. You run laps, Joe Judge. You coming out here and talking and going to try to trash our team and then kind of try to take it back and think we're not going to forget and think you're not talking about this team. No, we ain't letting you off the hook. I don't care about tanking, draft position. I want to blow this team out. And we're probably going to win this game anyway. If we blow them out, whatever, I'll take the dub. We just cannot be embarrassed and lose to Jake Fromm and a terrible coach in Joe Judge. Talking about golf clubs and whatnot. And his culture is terrible. Terrible. They haven't scored 20 points in the last 8 weeks. That's how bad they are. 29-3 losing to the Bears. Got blown out by Philly 34-3. We need to put our foot on their necks and stomp them out. You look at their numbers. Giants offensive rank since Joe Judge hiring in 2020 season. They've ranked 32nd in points per game, 32nd in yards per game, 32nd in yards per play, and 32nd in red zone efficiency since Joe Judge has been hired. That's how bad their offense has been. They haven't scored over 20 points in the last 8 weeks, in the last 8 games. They're not even trying to win ball games. He's talking about guys want to come back. Nobody wants to come play for the Giants. You kidding me? Come on now. But yeah, this man Joe Judge, man, he's a wild guy, man. He's a wild guy. So I really hope we blow them out. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if we're capable of blowing anybody out, but just how bad the Giants have played. They had more turnovers than points. They had minus 10 passing yards. That's impossible. We passed more yards than what the Giants did with Mike Glyndon last year. That's very hard to do. Negative 10 yards. I've never seen that before in my life. A team pass for negative 10 passing yards. Minus 10? That's really hard to do. They had more turnovers than points. 4 turnovers and 3 points. That's embarrassing. They're so bad. We're favored by 7.5 points right now. The spread will probably go up. But yeah, let's get to the injury report. Judge Judy talking trash, man. This man's a clown. He's not going to last there long. He's not going to last there long. I'm so happy that they're bringing back Joe Judge and Daniel Jones, Danny Fumbles. I'm ecstatic about that. I'm ecstatic that they're bringing both of them back. Let's look at the injury report real quick, and then I will do a keys to victory really quickly here because it's the last game of the year we're both eliminated from contention. And this is the guy crying last year because he didn't make the playoffs at a 6-10 record, and he was shedding tears and crying because he didn't make the playoffs because they were 6-10 and they started the year off 0-5. How about not start the year off 0-5? Then shed some tears about that. All right. Let's look at this injury report real quick here. Sadiq Charles did not practice yesterday, but this is from Ben Standard. Yeah, Sadiq Charles did not practice today. Curtis Samuel didn't practice once again. Ricky Seals-Jones didn't practice today. Montez Sweat did not practice either. He's still grieving the loss of his brother. So I personally, I don't see him playing. You know, we'll see. Antonio Gibson was limited, so he probably is going to play. He's a trooper, man. He's been a tough guy this year. He's played through a lot of injuries. He's had a lot of injuries. The stress fracture, and then now this injury that he has right now. James Smith-Williams is limited. Sammy Reyes is limited as well. He pulls hamstring in practice per Ben Standing. Sam Cosmi is a full participant, so we will be getting Sam Cosmi. He will be playing again, so that's good news to hear. On the Giants side, they just have like 20 guys on the injury report. Mike Glennon out with a wrist injury. There's so many guys, man. It's ridiculous. Saquon Barkley is going to play, but it doesn't really matter. Andrew Thomas is going to play. Darius Slayton is probably going to play. Kadarius Toney's probably going to play. He hasn't really done much this year. I mean, it's tough for them. I mean, Jake Fromm's your quarterback, so you're really not going to be able to do anything. John Ross, knee injury. He's not going to play. So yeah, the Giants are just a bad football team. We're not a good football team either, but they're just really bad. This would be embarrassing. I don't care if you're trying to get draft position or not, but it would be embarrassing to lose this game. Honestly, We should get a look at some of the young guys. Sammy Reyes, I think he should get some snaps at tight end. I want to see, of course, some more John Bates. He's our starting tight end anyway. Dax Milne, we can give him some runs, see what he can do. Get the ball to Cam Sims more. See if guys are going to get a second contract or not. Let's target DeAndre Carter. Let's see what he can do. Terry McLaurin's about 40 yards from 1,000 yards. He can have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Let's get him that 40 yards. Let him cook James Bradbury again. Who else? De'Ami Brown. Let's get him involved. Let's get the ball to him, see what he can do. Jared Patterson, I like what I saw from him last week. He had another touchdown. Jonathan Williams, I like what I saw from him. Wendell Smallwood. And this can still be a learning experience for Antonio Gibson, too. So I don't mind him. I don't mind him getting any reps and stuff. I know people are like, let him sit, let him rest. Honestly, I don't mind him playing. He needs to learn how to hold on to the football, be tougher and stronger because he's still learning the running back position. So I don't mind seeing him play more. Defensively, Jamin Davis needs to get all the snaps. He needs to get every snap. I don't want to see. I know David Mayo. A lot of people are saying that David Mayo, or some of the beat reporters saying that David Mayo just did a good job allowing Cole Holcomb to do what he's supposed to do and seeing into the backfield and doing well. But David Mayo, he's just too slow. He might be, I'm not going to say smarter than Jamin Davis, but he knows more football. He's played more. He's a veteran, so he knows the holes to hit in the offensive line and the gaps to hit, the gaps to shoot and whatnot. But Jamin Davis needs to learn. And Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, it sounds like they're starting to kind of admit they made a mistake. Not saying they made a mistake drafting Jamin Davis, but they wanted him to be a middle linebacker. He's really an outside linebacker, a weak side linebacker. That's what he is. And they're starting to realize that. And in the draft or in free agency, we're going to have to get a middle linebacker. John Bostic, I don't know if they're going to bring him back or not. We'll see. He's probably going to be a cheap veteran, probably a veteran minimum deal. If anything, if they do bring him back. But Jamin Davis has to develop, so I want him to get all the snaps. He finally got a sack last week. He finally made some type of impact on the game. I want to see him play more. Ben St. Juste, I wish he could play and get some reps, but he's been out for the year, really. And that's about it. Derek Forrest, I guess. Just the rookies and young guys. Cleek Hudson needs to play, guys like that. Jeremy Reeves, let him play. Let the young guys play. We already know Taylor he's going to start and play. Kyle Allen's not going to play unless Taylor he stinks it up. I highly don't. I don't see that happening. I just see us blowing them out. I'm not gonna say blowout, but we're gonna win by at least 10. We're gonna win by at least double digits, and we're gonna sweep the Giants. We haven't done that in a long time, so it feels good. The Giants have beaten up on us so many times. We had Mark Sanchez and Josh Johnson and Kyle Allen had his leg broken. Dwayne Haskins in the Chase Young Bowl and Case Keenum, the Case Keenums of the world. They've swept us so many times with bad quarterbacks. So it's about time we return the favor. So basically, like I said, my keys to victory: run the football, get to Jake Fromm, rattle him, make him see ghosts, and he will turn the ball over. Joe Judge is so soft and such a clown. He doesn't even want to throw the football. I think they only threw the ball 10 times. They just want to run the football with Saquon Barkley. So limit the run, stop the run, make the one-dimensional, make Jake Fromm throw the football. That's what it is. Give Terry McLaurin some chances against James Bradbury. Give De'Ami Brown some chances. Run the football with Gibby. Give Jared Patterson some carries. Run the football. Win the time of possession battle, and let's force some turnovers, man. Let's get a pick six or something. Let's get a scoop and score. I haven't seen one of those this whole year, to be honest with you. Did we get a pick six at all? I don't think we did. Or I don't think we got a defensive touchdown at all. I could be wrong, but I know last year we got it with Chase Young and Montez Sweat. So we had a couple of defense and Cam Curl. See, that's the thing with our defense last year. We were forcing turnovers and got pick six and created turnovers. We haven't really done that this much this season. So, but yeah, my top 5 memories for a Washington football team. I know this is the last game as the Washington football team. I would say my top 5 moments is Montez Sweat batting down Andy Dalton's pass, catching it, running it back, 41-16, blowing out the Cowboys. Jaden McKissick against the Falcons. Terry McLaurin doing the rock the baby to Trayvon Diggs when he actually gets a nice pass to him. Cam Curl to pick 6 against the 49ers. That was huge. Beating the Steelers. That was a huge moment, too. So, very short-lived moments, but those were some solid moments. Beating Tom Brady, that was cool. That was a lot of fun, too. The 4-game win streak was fun, too, even though it didn't end well for the Washington football team. But, yeah, I mean, did Jack Del Rio get fired or something? I got a notification. Somebody just sent me something. I don't know if he got fired or not. Oh, no, somebody sent me something. Shout out to Justin Blount. He said, when asked, Jack Del Rio said, when he was asked if he was hopeful to return as Washington's defensive coordinator next season, Jack Del Rio said, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not hopeful. I will be. Oh, okay. So he says that he will be. Okay. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if Jack Del Rio comes back. Yeah, this is a big game for Jack Del Rio. This is a big game for Scott Turner, too. If this offense looks stagnant and is not able to move the football on the Giants, and we're not getting stops on Jake Fromm, this is a fireable offense game. It is. And I'm not going to overreact, but at the same time, if they're not able to move the football on the Giants and they're not able to beat the Giants by at least 10 points, honestly, I think they should be on the hot seat. I think Scott Turner, I know he hasn't had a good quarterback, but at the same time, Scott Turner has just been really bad in situational football, situational awareness. Some of those screen passes against the Eagles were awful. The reverse, the end arounds, it was so predictable and terrible when we had momentum moving the football. He was just very bad on 4th and 3rd downs, 4th and 1s. Red zone offense was bad. Decision making was awful. Not having Taylor Heineke run RPOs and read zones and getting him in space and running around bootlegs and things like that. Scott Turner really didn't do Taylor Heineke a lot of favors either. Taylor Heineke, the limited arm strength. I could go on a tangent about Scott Turner. Might have to make a separate video about him too. But yeah, this will be a test for those guys too. It will be. Sam Mills, the defensive line. We'll see if he comes back too. We'll talk about all the position coaches on the offseason. We got a lot to talk about. But all right, you guys. I got us winning 24-10, or I'm gonna say 20-10. The game's gonna be ugly for a little bit. It's gonna be like 0-0 in the first quarter. Then the floodgates are finally gonna open. We're gonna win 20-10. So, all right, you guys. Hello, the football team. Thanks for rocking me with this whole season. Stay tuned for all season videos. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot going on. Hell to the football team for the last time. Peace, or until February 2nd. All right, y'all. Peace.